Hi, this is Tom with the Without a Net Support blog. In this video, I want to take a couple of minutes to demonstrate to you the System Variable Editor. You can get at the System Variable Editor in a couple of different ways. If you use the menu, you can pick Express, Tools, and it'll be System Variable Editor. From the ribbon, it'll be on the Express Tools ribbon panel, and it'll be this little icon here. When there's not enough room for the label, it gets cropped off and you don't see it, but it's right there, System Variable Editor. Or if you're a typer, SYS VDLG. The idea behind the System Variable Editor was just to create a one-stop shop where you could go and inspect all of the system variables in AutoCAD. So down this left side, you see a list that has all of the system variables, and for any given sysvar, you can select it, and this field is editable, so you can change its value, or you can see what its current value is. You can see its initial value, where it's saved, if it's in the drawing or saved in the registry, and what its type is, a string, a real, an integer, stuff like that. And then down below, there's a brief description that is pretty much like the description that's in the docs. The first thing that makes the System Variable Editor useful is the ability to search. For example, if I want to do a wildcard search to see all of the system variables that have to do with hatch patterns, I can put in HP star, and it filters this list and shows me all of the sysvars that start with the letters H and P, and then have anything that follows. So this is a quick way to find stuff. For example, I want to do all of the dim variables. So there's all the sysvars that start with dim. I want to see only all of the dim alt variables. Okay, I can't remember the name of a variable, but I remember that it had A and G somewhere in the name. So this lets you do quick searches for those sysvars that you just can't quite remember their name, but you remember some part of it. And when you clear that little edit field, this list always resets to show you the full list of system variables. The other thing you can do is you can write out a list of system variables to a file. So when it's in this state, where it's not filtered or anything selected, you have a Save All button here. And when you select that, it'll save out all of the system variables and their current settings to a file. If you select more than one sysvar, let's just select a handful here, you see this changes to Save Selected. In this case, what it'll do is save only the selected sysvars out to a file. And then if you filter, like let's filter on the dim vars again, it changes to Save Filtered. And now it will only write out the filtered list of sysvars. So let's do that. We'll write out the dim vars, we'll do Save Filtered, and I'll save it to the desktop. And you have a choice of two different file formats. The SVF format is a format that can be read back into the System Variable Editor. So let me just say my dimvars.fcs. I'll save this to the desktop. So now imagine that I'm on some other machine and I want to reset all of my sysvars to match another machine. So what I can do is save the file out, then I move to another machine and I pick read, and I can just pick that SVF file, and it will read in all of those values and set those values within the AutoCAD that I'm working in. The other format that you can write it out as is as an SCR file. So this is a script format. And so I'll do the same thing again, my dimvars.scr. And so now I've created a script file that I could actually run within AutoCAD directly. All right, so here I've opened up that script file, and you can see that it's written out all of the dim variables, and it's using the setVar Lisp function to set it. And it's also written out the read-only variables. So you have a record not only of the variables that can be changed, but of the read-only variables. Now at this point, if I want to, I can actually just read that in as a script. So I'll do script, and I'll pick my dimvars.scr, open, and the script has run, and you can see it's basically it's basically set all of my dim vars to match whatever values were saved into that file. I know that was real quick, but I hope that gave you a good overview of the system variable editor and gave you some ideas of some things you can do with it. Until next time, thanks for watching.